Hey, howdy, howdy. How is everybody doing? So there's this question. I need to jump right in, right? There's this question. Where will you be in 5 years? It's a question that people usually ask um, in terms of career, money, finances, goals, those kinds of things. But this time I'm asking it in a different way for homemakers, okay? If you continued on the trajectory that you are on right now, what would it be like? Where would you be in 5 years? Let me break it down a little more. If you continue to treat your children the way that you do, good or bad, okay? Whether you have time for them or not. But if you continued doing these things that you do for the next 5 years, number one, how old would your children be? Number two, how old would you be? Number three, how old would your husband be? Number four, for how long would you be married? Number five, what would happen? What would your family look like in 5 years' time if you continue treating your children the way that you do? If you continue to talk to your husband the way that you are doing right now, good or bad, okay? Whether you scream and slam doors or whether you are respectful and you give him honor, in 5 years, where would you be? Where would your marriage be? If you continued talking about your husband and talking to him the way that you do, where will you be in the next 5 years? Where will the marriage be? Where would your mental health be? If you continued thinking the way that you're thinking about yourself, when nobody is listening and nobody is watching, when you're dressing up, when you are taking a shower, those things that you think about when nobody is listening, if you continue on that trajectory for the next 5 years, where would you be? Where would your life be? What would your life look like? If you continued watching the things that you watch for the next 5 years, what would be the impact on your life after 5 years? If you continued using the money the way that you do for the next 5 years, where would your life be? What would your life look like? If you continue to take care of your home the way that you do, what would that look like? What would that do for you, your life, your marriage, your husband, and your children in the next 5 years? I'm hoping and praying that these questions will help you to think and change certain things in your life so that you know. It's usually great, by the way, to have people that have gone on ahead of you, because you're able to see what they have and what they are doing, good or bad, right or wrong, and you're able to change that because you have time to. So the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because you can do something now so that the story is different after 5 years if you want it to be different. Think about it. If you kept praying the way that you pray right now, what would your marriage look like in 5 years? Where would your children be in 5 years? What would your husband be in the next 5 years? Where would your marriage be? What would it look like? What would your next 5 years look like? And so I'm asking whether you pray a lot or you don't pray, whether you read your Bible, or you don't, whether you hear the voice of God or you don't, whatever it is that you're doing, I'm just here to ask, if you continue that thing that you're doing for the next 5 years, what would your life look like? I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Mwah.